Obsession is a story of two monsters. The monsters we create when we have love without romance, and the ones we create when we have romance without love. To me, the most important scene in the movie is when we see our two main characters, Nikki and Bear, sitting in the car conversating. Nikki's explaining to Bear that she doesn't want to make romance novels, she wants to make love stories. And Bear responds back, aren't those the same thing? Instantly, we see foreshadowing of our primary conflict. Nikki understands that love is a deeper, more nuanced emotion. Bear can only comprehend romance. Love is this deeper understanding, right? It also requires a willingness to sacrifice. Whereas romance centers around actions, it's the dancing and kissing in the rain, it's the dates. When love is isolated from these proper behaviors and actions, it instead consumes us. Think of the love of a stalker or a creep. And this is what creates abusive relationships, right? These toxic situationships where someone loves you, sure, but they're just not willing or able to create the proper behaviors. And this is the monster of Nikki, a monster with pure intentions and terrifying behaviors. But possibly even more terrifying is the monster we become when we have romance without love. Because this monster doesn't believe themselves to be a monster. At no point in this movie is Bear able to decipher the difference between romance and fulfilled love, because he has never at any point had any deeper understanding of the target of his romances, or a willingness to sacrifice for their greater good. When put face to face with the monster of his own creation, begging him to end her life, his only response is, well, could it be, is it so bad for you to be with me? And she has to explicitly tell him, I've never been with you. Even when he hears Nikki howling in pain, at no point does he desire to end the curse. He simply wants to alter her behaviors to ones that are more tolerable to him. And while we understand that this monster is horrifying at all times, this is the monster that can get away with being the victim all the way up until the credits roll and even after. We see Bear's best friend lose his life before he's ever able to spend a single dollar of his newfound riches. The only woman who's ever loved him for who he actually is ends up with 80% of her face splattered across her car. The woman he claims to love, the primary target of his romantic obsession, is going to do life in jail for crimes plural that she never consented to committing. This monster will actually convince the majority of people, even after the credits roll, that they were the true victims of the story. And if you're not paying attention, you'll believe their delusion.